Welcome to Twisted Truths. Today I have with me Dr. Debtanu Barman. He's a seasoned entrepreneur with over 12 years of experience in the fisheries industry. Today we'll be talking about this sector and his passion for sustainable aquaculture. Hi, Doctor. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you so much.
How do you feel to be on the show?
It's my privilege to be here, and I'll be very happy to share with you this discussion period what you will be taking forward.
Awesome, great. So, how was your life growing up? What did you do? What were your passion areas?
I'm basically from Northeast. I'm from Tripura, and my childhood and my education done there. I done my graduation in India. I done my post graduation in Belgium. Then I work with 2 3 years in abroad. Then I moved to India. I started working in private sector. I have understand that in fisheries and aquaculture sector, we do have a problem of professional people and passionate people who wants to take this industry forward directions. Understanding that, I moved to private sector. I start my career with Cargill. I work with High Tech Pharma, a fish medicine company. In 2019, I formed my own company that is
Right.
Aqua Doctor Solutions.
Right.
And right now, I do have two subsidiary company under Aqua Doctor Solutions, and we are trying to spread our legs around the pan India and
Yeah.
outside the country also. We are recently open our activities in Bangladesh as well.
Right. And what is this profession all about? Like for our viewers to understand, to give in a very simple language.
In simple language, people talk about BSc Agriculture, BSc Horticulture, VVS, Bachelor of Veterinary Science, is the
Right.
same like Bachelor of Fishery Science. So if somebody
Okay.
wants to be a doctor in fisheries, they should start their career with Bachelor of Fishery Science.
Okay.
So after 12 exams, if they have a science background with a joint entrance exam, they can take it and they can make their career into, diverse field of oceans, wherever they want to take it forward.
And what are the work roles that are there in this sector?
In this sector for last few years, if I just give you a small example, if you talk about IT today is the biggest sector where
Yeah.
people work.
Yeah.
Second is aquaculture and the fisheries in the world.
Wow.
People talk about aquaculture fisheries for their job directly or indirectly. In this sector, you can be an investor, you can be a manufacturer, you can be a processor, you can be a trading partner, you can be a scientist, you can be a entrepreneur, you can be a biologist, you can be an oceanography expert, you can be anything, because this sector is all about food industry. As
Right.
you know, in our life, food is a very important role.
Correct.
So this
Absolutely.
this
Yeah,
sector
yeah.
provides all kind of opportunity for the people, whoever wants to take any kind of things forward directions.
So when did you decide that you want to be a part of this sector, or was it something which happened very accidentally?
No, my forefathers into fisheries. So
Okay.
that's why I say like my profession, it is there in the blood, it is there in my work now. And I always wants to be take my forefathers activity into professional activities, and I feel very good, like I'm the first person in my whole family that who went to abroad for this higher studies of the fisheries.
Okay.
So the opportunities in these sectors are immense, and people are taking into one by one. And once I started, there was I feel like less opportunity, but when I started my business, now we can see is a lots of opportunity. So
Right.
we are now there into manufacturing, we are there into farming, we are there into trading, and we are also there now in consultancy. So we are also working with government of India in lots of projects where we support livelihood through fisheries.
Right. And what is this ornamental fish farming, and what is it all about?
In fisheries, there are 2 3 sectors. One sector is food. We are directly involved with our table size fish or the fish which we can cook. Another is the beauty of the fish which we can enjoy. That is ornamental fish.
Acha.
Okay. Today, people address ornamental fish as a stress reliever in their stressy life.
So are these like the ones that were there in the home aquarium?
Yes, home aquariums and all. So ornamental fish can be promoted as a domestic way and international market way also, because it got immense opportunity for international trade as well. From India also, the ornamental fishes are going outside. Even in domestic market, there is a huge opportunity on that. So it can be used for employment generation. It can be also used as a revenue generations.
Right. And do you think this entire fish farming, it is because there are a lot of reports that are there over the internet that it is not environmentally conducive. It may be harmful to the environment, to our oceans. uh, it is a little cruel sector. So how do you address these concerns?
Um, See, now our India, if we talk about now, we have moved to developing to developed.
Correct.
When a country moves to developing to develop, now they start thinking about welfare, animal welfare.
Yes.
People start talking about climate change.
Yes.
People are talking about sustainability in terms
Yes.
of ecosystem and also the livelihood aspects.
Correct.
Fisheries can play a immense role unless and until we can organize it in the these 3-4 parameters which we need to be considered before we try to expand it. Last few years in the coastal states, we saw there is a lots of pollution aspects, there is many things, and human intervention is a huge cause happening for development activities. So considering that perspective, we need to understand that we need to sustain our ecosystem in sustainable manner, taking consideration of the people who stay close by of the coastal states.
Right.
And as you mentioned, there are some concern about what we eat. It is hygienic and non-hygienic. Now the systems and the culture practice are such going where people are using right food, right water quality management, right ecosystem balancing.
Right.
So with period of time, it will take some time to get trained and can come into a hygienic. But whatever we are producing now is more like hygienic. So
Right.
concern about the food safety is always concerned. So people are into that process also, that what we are offering, it should be food safety concern, and whoever is taking it should be safe for them.
No, what about, no, actually my question was a little different. My thing was, apart from, there are reports that this is not environmentally sustainable, okay, at this point of time. Also, it is little cruel, though. This industry is like leather industry is cruel, so this industry is also a little cruel. So how do you address these concerns?
If you talk about the welfare aspects, fisheries welfare is not yet so much developed in India and Southeast Asian countries.
Okay.
It is there in European countries. If you go and do something in UK or some of the European countries, they talk about welfare.
Right.
They talk about environment from where it is
Right.
coming. They are talking about who are involved in the whole process. Okay, so they are even have QR codes. If you scan it, you can get to know from it's coming and which process is follow up.
Right.
So it is not yet there in Southeast Asian countries, even in India. I hope in near future this system will come up.
So how does your company ensure, that you are not part of the negative reports that are there?
See, we are not doing anything on which is bad to environment.
Right.
That is there in our principle.
Right.
Second is we are not even want to harm the animals and the livelihoods with our activities. And we are always ensure that the fish what we are producing, it should be eco-friendly and organic way. So that is our promotions and also knowledge we are try to share to our farmers who ever try to doing it, because we
Right.
never say farmers to use slaughterhouse waste, leather mill waste, because these are not eco-friendly. This is not good for
Right.
fish to consume.
Right,
So we
right,
try
right.
to promote that eco-friendly environment procedures for the farming.
Right. And how do you understand that, that a particular fish, be it in a farm or in an aquarium or even in the ocean, okay, that they are unwell? Like with an animal, you can
Okay.
understand. How do you understand if a fish is unwell?
Yeah, so if fish is unwell, it shows lots of
Symptoms, I guess.
gross symptoms,
Like, for example?
which we can see by eyes.
Okay.
If the fish is sick, they will take less food. If fish is sick, there will be less movement. They will
Okay.
try to come in the sit in the top of the surface of the water. There will be less movement, so they will not have. Sometimes they swim upwards and downwards. So those kind of activities shows that fish is not well.
Okay.
So by understanding the gross diagnostic purpose, then only we used to treat the fish and
Right.
say that which medicine it can be useful for them.
Right. So, for example, somebody has a house aquarium, okay, and they have some fish there. what will be the easiest way to understand that the fish is not unwell? Easiest way. Or
Easiest.
maybe three ways to understand that your fish is unwell.
So if you have something in your home, you want to say that is well or not unwell. One is that fish should be very active. If it is
Okay.
not very active, then there is some problem in the
Okay.
system.
Okay.
Fish is not eating proper food. You are giving food 1 or 2 or 3 days. The fish are lying like that. Is an
Right.
indication that fish is
Right.
not taking the food.
Right.
Third most important part is fish is just sitting down, not showing any kind of movement, is
Movement.
quite lethargic kind of activity. So it
Ah.
shows that fish is not well.
Right. And how do you address these symptoms? What is the correct way to treat them?
In fisheries, our treatment is based on observations. So
Okay.
we cannot say that, okay, this is the one medicine,
Right.
take and use it.
Right.
So there is a lots of symptom procedure need to be followed. Basically, we go with water treatment, then we go with some feed-based immunostimulator treatment, and then we go with, if it is not getting cured, then with some antibiotic which are permissible to use in aquaculture.
Right. Understood. So we often come across a lot of these shops that sell fishes uh, for domestic uh, purpose to keep in the aquarium, and we often see that, in an aquarium there are about 500, 600 fishes stacked together, and a customer walks in and they choose. So do you think keeping 500, 600 fishes in one aquarium stacked together is the right approach of,
My concern will be it is not the right approach, because based on water, there is a particular density you should maintain. But if it is over density, you should give them better environment in the particular ecosystem, in the particular aquarium or maybe tank or something. If it's we are not doing it, then it's not good. But commercially, what is happening in the market, everybody wants to earn more money with this little space. So they always love to be dump it.
Yeah.
Then when the fish we used to buy from the aquarium shop,
Yes.
from that particular kind of, chunk of the fish, then when we put the fish in our good environment condition in our home with the aquarium, we feel like after 2-3 fishes start dying. One condition is stress and the stressor. Stressor is like which lead to the stress, and the stress when the fish is feel like the temperature there or temperature of the particular shop or maybe the temperature of your particular aquarium the not is matching, food's environment is not matching, then they start getting some disease outbreak. So my suggestion will be for farming or maybe whoever doing commercial, we should maintain particular water, particular density, and try to minimize the stress.
Right.
If we minimize the stress, we can give the healthy environment for the fish.
Right. So, and anybody who wants to adopt a fish or get a fish to their own house as part of the aquarium, what are the right areas to actually go and get the fish? Because there are a lot of these, what should I say? I will not unethical shops, as I said, where they just dump all the fishes. So, what should be the right way or the right place for someone to go and get them?
My suggestion will be rather than going to directly to the shop, is better you go to directly to the farmer place where people are doing it, breeding it, and they're doing all kind of things. And you can choose the fish from there, and you can take their concern also based on their suggestion will be doing, because fisheries is basically a multi-layer middleman involvement business. Okay, let me tell you that very clearly.
Right.
So we need to understand that the fish from where it's coming and how many hands it get, placing, and at last you are getting it. So it's better you directly go to the farmer's field, connect to the farmers. There are some very good cluster of ornamental fish in Calcutta. One is Dashnagar in Howrah. One is there in Diamond Harbor, Amtala. Like that, there are many clusters. So identify that cluster, go and access it.
Right. And what are the challenges and the rewards of ornamental fish farming? You can give us two big challenges, and you can also tell us two big rewards.
Ornamental fish considered as a stress reliever.
Okay.
If you are like, because today life is more stressy life, we are engaged in multiple things. So if you want to break your stress life, just give 10 minutes to your concentration to your aquarium. It will make you more happy. Second reverse is ornamental fish helps our household people. If somebody is have small baby at home, identifying different color by the fish, identifying staying together within the same environment with this aquarium. It's also help us to count different numbers of fishes with different colorations. So it's
Right.
basically, I should say, ornamental can fish can give our children at home basic educations of different color, staying
Right,
together,
right.
and those aspects.
Mm.
Okay, and challenges is that one challenges is maintenance. Okay, so
Mm.
my suggestion will be whoever coming into ornamental fish farming, maybe for business or maybe for how housekeeping and all aspects, as a hobbyist, is better you first learn, then you can earn.
Mm.
So first you should learn about the techniques,
Right.
how to care it and all, then you should take it. And second will be, please identify your different kind of fishes and different kind of combination, how it can keep together. Is doesn't know that goldfish can stay very well with angelfish or
Mm.
gourami.
Right.
Understand their biology and keep that
Right.
particular fish
Right.
in the
Right.
particular system.
Understood. And what will be three simple ways to maintain your fish and your aquarium? Good fish health and good aquarium hygiene.
Try to change your water monthly once,
Okay.
partially, not
Okay.
fully.
Okay.
Give them good food and give feed only once,
Okay.
rather than you overfeed
Oh,
them.
okay.
Fish never die with less feed, but if you overfeed them, fish will die. Okay.
Ah.
Third is try to keep them in such a place where they feel cool and calm. Don't
Ah.
put them in too noisy place.
Right. Understood.
So these are the three basic what I feel like it will
And
good.
you said that you should not change the water fully in an
Yes.
aquarium. Why?
Why is because when you change fully, you are changing their particular environment where they were before.
Ah,
When you
okay,
change the
okay, okay, okay,
water,
okay.
suddenly the fully they get a bit of stress. So don't give them too stress environment, so
Right,
that they should feel happy and all kind of
right.
aspects.
Sometimes we observe that, that the fish that we keep at home, sometimes their scales are coming out.
Okay.
What is the reason of that?
This is an indication of your bad water quality, ultimately, which leads to some bacterial infections. And
Oh.
sometimes some other fishes are also there who disturb some fishes even. Okay.
Acha.
So that's why I say
Right.
combination of fish within your aquarium, you need to understand very well, then you go ahead with that.
Understood. And if somebody wants to get in this business, what is the initial investment like?
You can start with 1 lakh. And if you have good marketing strategy, every month you can even earn 30,000 to 35,000 with your 1 lakh investment.
Okay.
Fisheries is such a business. Invest 1 rupee, you can get 2 rupees. No other agriculture allied sector give you such kind of profit. You can ask me why. It's because if fish die also, there is a price in the market, not for the aquarium fish, but the food fish. Yes.
Okay.
If you take the fish live also, there is a good market.
Ah.
And fish considered as the cheapest source of the protein in the world. If you take 100 gram of chicken, if you take 500 gram of the fish, you can digest fish more easily than the
Yeah,
chicken.
yeah, obviously,
So
yeah.
considering this all aspects, my what I am doing for last, I'm into this business for last 14 years. I have understand that this sector is a bigger sector where if you invest a sufficient amount of money, you can see the growth of this industry
Right.
and your growth too.
What are your thoughts on the future of aquaponics?
We are already started something on hydroponics in Calcutta, and I like to say that we are already supplied to some very good restaurants
Right.
here. Here, our lettuce and herbs are going.
Mm.
See, now in the urban area, people talk about urban farming. In that, they talk about plants,
Right.
and they want to grow some fish.
Hmm.
And if you are a place like Bengal, if you don't keep fish and rice together, you cannot consider our
Right.
staple food even. Okay,
Right.
right. So understanding that urban farming with aquaponics is going to be a new venture where people can start their this aquaponics and hydroponics, even their balcony, even their places where they are not using any kind of flat or something, even their rooftop. So it is going to be a new perspective and new opportunity for our people in urban areas. And we have started our activities for last 8 months.
Right.
And we are now spreading our activities. We have now our hydroponics plant in Beleghata.
Okay.
We are slowly moving into other part of the Calcutta now.
Right. And are there any benefits with the fish poop or?
Yeah. Yeah. So, what is the basic importance of aquaponics? So, the fish excreta is rich with carbon and nitrogen, and nitrogen is a important nutrient for plants,
Hmm.
and that
Right.
plants, they are taking the nutrients of
Hmm.
nitrogen from the aquaponics water,
Right.
and you don't need to give any kind of fertilizer or any kind of thing. So ultimately, whatever feed you are giving to the fish, that fish excreta come into the system as a source of nitrogen for the plants, and with the nitrogen your plants are growing. So
Right.
ultimately you are giving a healthy sustainable ecosystem through your aquaponics, and you
Right.
are, whatever produce you are producing, you can say that it is like more like healthy and kind of organic.
Right. So if I have to ask you to tell me, maybe one myth surrounding this profession that you want to break today, what will that be?
So the myth in the professions, people consider our profession, fish farming, is a something low standard kind of business.
Okay.
So for those who consider that is a low standard business, let me tell you, this fisheries industry in India is a 183 trillion business is going on. That's big the business is.
Right.
And if you want to make it something professional, come into a professional structure, do it with professional way, and execute it into better way, so that you
Right.
can also create a brand out of it.
Right. Right.
So say small example I like to give you, if you go to the market to buy a fish whose father or maybe forefathers into selling the fish for last 20 to 30 years, but they never think to be branding it,
Ah.
and how Licious has shown the path for last
Yeah.
2 years of the COVID, that you can get the things, everything at your home at the doorstep. But nobody who are doing the trading, they never think to do
Never
that.
thought of
So
it.
that's why in the profession, any profession you are there, I always believe professionalism, dedication, patience, branding, and networking is the five fingers need to be considered and taken into next level.
Right. And a myth surrounding fish or the seafood that we consume.
uh, People consider that fish or the seafoods, whatever we are taking, somebody having health issues, somebody feel like some kind of diarrhea and other perspectives,
Hmm.
is not about fish and seafoods.
Hmm.
Okay, the fish and the seafoods from where you are taking, you need to understand that. That is very
Right.
important.
Right. Right.
And that's why I say hygienic production and
Correct.
hygienic produce food, you need
Hmm.
to be considered, you should have it.
Right. We often, hear of these terms that one is the pond fish, which is in anybody's pond, which is like the natural. They are reproduced naturally. Then there's something called the tanker match or the tank
Mm.
fish that we hear, and then there's something which we hear as hybrid.
Right.
Now, are all three different? And can you segregate it for us? Natural, tank, and hybrid.
Yeah. So I think to go to particular this question, I'll just give you a small example of cloth. Okay. Somebody say suti, somebody say suti with fabric mix, somebody say uh, polyester or something. In fish, when you talk about pond-based culture system, is more like organic,
Hmm.
where soil base is the important part they consider, and whatever fish we are producing, it's more natural with sunlight, natural productivity, in particular in the ponds. Okay,
Right.
that fish has a very good taste.
Okay.
Actually, if you consider about taste part,
Even health wise?
yeah, health wise also good, but you need to consider what water you are using, what kind of food you are giving.
Is the pond clean or not?
Yeah,
Right.
pond clean or not. So that is the important part, and I think it is a major key role in the whole aspects of fisheries, whatever
Right.
you are doing it. Second is tank based culture is more like a poultry farming, where
Acha.
confined area with confined water with high density you are producing the fish.
Okay. Okay.
So in that, the taste is bit different from the natural conditions,
Right.
but production perspective are much higher. Like say example, people talk about biofloc, people talk about RAS, recirculatory aquaculture system. So those are like indoor based high, high tech farming based
Right.
models.
Right.
Then you talk about hybrid.
Ah.
Let me tell you, in hybrid there are different model. One is their hybrid magur, is called African magur, which is banned in India. That is not promoted by any aquaculture professional for farming. But there are some breeds which crossed in between, or even their generation improved with period
Okay.
of time.
Right.
So their growth is much higher, shorter period, their better growth is there. So that kind of fish we call like basically genetically improved fish, or maybe genetically improved scampi, which is scientifically proven, technically sound, and better in the production. So my suggestion will be better. We can say is a hybrid. We can look for some genetically improved fish and the genetically improved shrimp or scampi for our further aquaculture.
Right. So in your business, which is the one that you are like? Do you sell hybrid fish? Do you sell tank fish, or do you sell natural fish?
Yeah, so
for simple perspective.
Yeah, so we are more into pond-based farming model.
Right.
So we supply all kind of inputs to pond-based farming models like seed, feed, medicines,
Understood.
training, consultants, even the market linkage.
So you don't basically advocate tank fish.
No. So tank-based fish is there. That's also we are giving consultancy. But I always say that before anybody invests their money, please understand the market where you want to sell it, which fish people are looking for, and how you want to take it forward.
What is the most healthy variant if you have to consume out of these three?
A healthy way, my suggestion will be the tank based, is because we control better water quality, better environmental factors, better density, and better food management. So when it is confined condition and indoor based farming, so then we can ensure the quality and the safety
But
perspective.
don't you think that with the tank it is restricting the fish's natural habitat, so that way the fish are more stressed, and if the fish are stressed, then if you consume it is not good for your health?
So in this particular high density indoor based farming models, we basically have some standard stocking density. Okay. Because we are giving in those tank based system higher aeration. So higher the aeration, higher the number of the fish you can add, which is not possible in the pond based. Okay. So when your environment is very perfect, environment is suits for your fishes, then this automatically the environmental condition will be suitable for the culture those fishes in the particular environment.
Right. You mentioned about this point before, but I'll still come back here. For somebody who's starting off in this business, what will be the initial revenue per month? Say somebody has invested 5 lakh rupees, and say somebody has been in the profession for 10 years, then what is the kind of revenue per month? You can give us a ballpark, because exact you can't, obviously.
So I will give this answer into two perspectives. One is somebody there in farming. So say I have some ponds or maybe I'm doing some farming based models. So if I invest 5 lakhs for my farming models, so every month that revenue will not come in the pond based farming models. It will come say after 3-4 months, or maybe in a year perspective. So 5 lakhs can give him 7 to 8 lakhs in farming based model. But if you invest 5 lakhs into trading, fisheries related trading, or maybe say value added product supply chain, or maybe any product or equipment supply chain, then you can expect that 5 lakhs will be almost 9 to 10 lakhs even. So based on project to project.
Right.
So my suggestion is like natural based farming model or the tank based farming model. Farming is more like climate based condition need to be considered. But trading is more profitable, because in fisheries trading creates lots of opportunity for money rolling and getting into more benefits.
Awesome. So doctor, we have this segment. It's called straight or twisted. So we have some 8 lines. All you have to say is it straight or twisted. When it means straight, that the sentence is right. Twisted means the sentence may not be right, it may be false.
Okay.
So for example, this is a mic, so this will be straight. If I say this is a card, then this is twisted.
Right.
Clear?
Right.
Are you ready?
Yes.
And you have to be very fast. Okay. First one. Fisheries study is easy.
Is right.
No, you have to say it straight.
Okay, straight.
Yes. Fish eat each other for fun.
Twisted.
Tilapia is a bad fish.
Twisted.
Frozen sea fish is better than fresh sea fish.
Twisted.
Dropping a fish into water with a different pH or temperature can kill it.
Straight.
Education is important for business.
Straight.
Women empowerment needs more focus in India.
Straight.
Nowadays, youths are lazy and lack entrepreneurial skills.
Straight.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Doctor, for coming down. It was a pleasure talking to you. And trust me, I learned so much about this entire industry. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure also to share my knowledge, and I hope this particular sector people also get more interested. They will come forward, and they can also take it into next level of their venture.
Absolutely. And we will share all the social media links of Dr. Debtanu. And if you like the episode, do like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to comment. And we will be attaching the links as mentioned. So do head over to his page and give him a heads up. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you, guys.